But actually, Micah, is there a scrap on here for City to be playing in the Champions League next season?
Yeah, there is a scrap. From the evidence that we're seeing this season, I think their focus this season just now. Top four, take one game at a time, and I know they've got some difficult fixtures coming up as well. I think leading up to this game, they'll actually be doing all right in the league. It's more the Champions League where they've been struggling. So I always fancy City to score a goal. I just worry about them defensively. I really do. I know we talked about defensively. Mateus Nunes playing right back. I don't like it. He's a midfielder. He's not getting tight to anyone. He's not stopping crosses. And I feel for him because he's playing out of position. But just losing Rodri, I've never seen a team buckle so much losing one player. And I know he was immense, Ballon d'Or winner, but the team have to do more. They have to recognise. And there's no harm in losing. You can lose 2-1, 3-1, whatever it may be to a good team. But when it's 5s and it's 4s and it's 3s consistently against higher quality teams, that's when you need to start worrying.
Man City have conceded more goals than Man United this season. I mean, that's
a damning stat with how bad Man United are.
Talk about those tough games that are coming up, not least a tricky one in the FA Cup as well. Away to Leyton Orient is next up, and then these Champions League ties that you're talking about against Real Madrid. He did actually they have named Rodri in their Champions League squad, perhaps with an eye of going deeper in the competition maybe, but that's a challenge when you've got Real Madrid. I suppose, Thierry, Arsenal fans are going to be wondering if City can take points off Liverpool on February the 23rd.
Can they? Yeah, they can. I can see that happening. But for me, it's overall what they can do for themselves. Like if you talk about Arsenal, I think they can take some points. You never know what type of City we're going to have against Liverpool on that day. But to go back to that point, I mean, it's annoying for people to go with it's the end of an era. It's not the end of an era. Like they won 4 in a row. You can lose one. It's the manner of how they lose one. It's never easy to see a team at the end stopping winning, because when you stop winning, it doesn't always look right the way
So you don't think it's the end of an era?
No, I don't think it's the end of an era. It's them losing the title in a poor way.
Do you think this group is capable of rebuilding themselves, regrouping and doing it next season?
People are talking about Rodri. I don't think that Rodri is the only thing that's the problem at Man City. I mentioned it earlier. This man that we saw before, Pep Guardiola, made us forget the legends, not only of City, but also of the Premier League, that were not there. You never watched City before and said to yourself, they're missing Yaya Touré, they're missing Aguero, they're missing David Silva, they're missing Marcel Kompany. Never, ever. You said, oh, they got unlucky today. This time, lesser players of the one that I mentioned, you said they miss Alvarez, they miss Mahrez. And we all know he won the Premier League Player of the Year. But I'm saying that it's more of a situation where, for the first time, and I mentioned it before, I think he got some of the players in that didn't have the talent of the players that left. And it is the first time that it did happen at the same time that Rodri also is not delivering. You know, so, sorry, he's injured, my bad. But it's not the end of an era. Like, it's a bit too quick to have us, I didn't say it, but people saying that it's the end of the era just because...
collapse, isn't it?
No, that they imploded, yeah, that they have to recover from it, yeah, that they have to get maybe better players that they got in, yes, that Rodri is going to come back, yes, but it's not the end of an era. Not yet, for me, in terms of what Pep is trying to do.